Hey, Matt,
Why we're pausing it.
Where are we at? Are we sitting in your basement? And
sitting in the basement, and it's actually us together instead of halfway across the country.
Halfway across the country? I live like a state in Apple.
You live in Idaho now.
Alabama, Rakistan.
Yeah, pretty much Alabama, Rakistan. Definitely.
Yep.
So, this is now episode 4 of America's Backyard Gold. Sorry we had a hiatus there for a bit.
It's because Matt doesn't know how the computer works.
That, and now we're also going to be waiting now for everything to clear through all the copyright crap. So,
yeah, because that's fun.
Yes. But we're going to get into this one here. This is America's Backyard Gold, episode 4, Wild West Gold. I got to hit this play button right here.
Yep.
These are what I call the nugget holes up here, is where I've been pulling some chunky pieces. I haven't found a lot of gold in here yet. Look in there. Look in there. Oh, my God.
Nice little picker.
I can take that.
That's a nice one.
Nice little nugget.
Put a cap on your tooth with that.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you don't have any teeth left, so.
Still undiscovered in America. And I want to help you choose your weapon. Find it. California, equipment, storage, $15, and the skill to decode the land. That's a spot right there.
Two.
Dave Turn. For the past 14 years, I've mined millions of dollars of gold. Oh, yeah. And now, I want to show you where and how. Seeing it all now, vacuum cleaner. Everyday people are catching it. That's insane.
I like that.
So that
start using the shop vac.
Yeah, they use them. They do shop vacs for dry washing and stuff. It's like it's a dry land dredge.
I like how you use dry washing, but you put wet in it. I don't know. You had the. Well, I guess it wasn't dry washing. We did that rock crusher with Rookie. And you put wet rocks in there. He's like, oh, you put wet stuff in there.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what dry anything is.
We're on the East Coast. We don't know what dry anything is now. It's all wet. Everything's wet around here.
Are you eating my ice?
There's Mount Rushmore right ahead. Look at that view.
Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I don't know much about the Black Hills.
Odds are, you imagine the Black
I was
Hills
supposed
of
to
South
see that.
Dakota.
Tom first got his first gold at some pay-to-play place in the Black Hills.
I was supposed to see that mountain range there. Mount Rushmore.
Oh, yeah, you were. But
then you ruined my life.
I didn't ruin your
my
life.
entire life.
Somebody else did.
Stretching across 5,000 square miles, these towering spires have been home to many legends of the West.
Seen both of
And
those.
it was gold that brought
Must
them
be nice.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Homestake mine. At one point, 10% of the total world production of gold came right out of here. Once known as the richest place on Earth, gold was first discovered here in 1874
Stay in the cold,
by
dummy.
General George Armstrong Custer, sparking one of the greatest gold rushes
I don't know
in
what happened to
American
Custer.
history.
Didn't end well.
Overnight, lawless towns
know.
like
He's
Deadwood sprung up,
idiot.
and thousands
He started
flocked here
going
to make
bald
their
or
fortune,
something and then just stayed out of the
including the
spotlight.
infamous gunslinger Wild Bill Hickok and Calamity Jane.
That didn't look like a
Since then,
calamity.
Nearly $95 billion in today's money has come out of the Black Hills. But after severe drought, the gold in this area seemed to all but dry up. Until now. This last year they had a lot more rain. They say that this stream is as high as they've seen it in August. So all of a sudden, a lot of water comes down, it washes in new gold. Big energy coming down this stream. It redeposits the gold in different places. There's never been a better time to get on the gold. And I want to show you there's plenty left for the taking. From the newly flowing creeks and rivers to the foothills of these iconic spires, I'm going to show you where and how, with very little investment, you can join in the Black Hills' new gold rush.
Still all claims.
I'm outside
Is it?
Custer, South
Pretty
Dakota.
sure. Yeah, pretty sure
Where
there's still all
increased
claims out
rain
there.
this spring means getting the gold couldn't be simpler or cheaper.
Cheaper.
Hey, how you doing? Dave Turner. Pirate Mike Penwell has been a Black Hills gold hunter for over a decade. But I
Like the
heard he's got an
revolver.
ingenious way
You
to
see the
take
revolver
advantage-
sitting right there on the stump, too. Yep.
Well, he
Pirate
knew
Mike.
Dave was coming.
Yeah.
of the active creeks running through this claim, which I've got to see.
Check that out.
This is your tarp
This is the old,
procedure.
the old tarp. Throw
Good
it
job,
in the
Mr.
water.
Tarp.
It's a tarp.
Nailed
What are
it.
you guys doing with it?
I'm going to be honest with you.
I'll show you how simple.
Mike, I
He's gonna
don't
make
know
a
what the
tarp
tarp
sluice.
system is.
That's okay. You'll understand the concept. Go and spend your hundreds of dollars on all your equipment. You don't
That's
really
exactly what
need
he's doing, a
$20
tarp
tarp.
sluice.
$16.
60 bucks.
I mean,
Throw some flat rocks in there.
I understand, but
Happy
like,
with that?
It's a creek
Okay.
with rocks in it.
Yeah, it is. Where's your gold?
It's gonna get caught in
just
them
build,
rocks.
build a
Naturally,
sluice
the gold
or
sits
buy one.
behind the rocks
Yep.
in the creek. All I'm doing is imitating the creek.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Mike might be onto something. For 16 bucks, he's recreated nature's sluice box, the natural gold catching process of rivers and streams. But this is only going to catch the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
So the key is where Mike gets his pay dirt. Are you building a tunnel here? Where are you going?
Knocking down some overburden for you.
How are you doing here?
Now, there's a couple of nice chunks in there, man. I hit that one with a shovel.
That's pretty cool.
And really, the gold out here is
Pretty catchable.
It's nice. It's real chunky. Even the small stuff.
But is that, once again, is that from a shovelful? Is that from weeks? Is that from a day?
Yeah, all he said is he hit it with a shovel, so.
Yeah, I didn't really say anything about that. And then, like, the sluice thing, like, just invest in something that's actually going to work well and catch, like, most of the gold instead of using
I mean, what's
tarp.
the mini La Trappe run? Like 60
60
bucks or
bucks?
something?
Yeah. Like, I mean, there's... Equipment is an investment.
They got Chinese knockoff ones you can get on
I know,
eBay
they
for
got
like
cheap,
20 bucks,
cheap ones. I mean, you could go and get
which would be better than
something that would work better than this is the gutter, like the gutter pipe
sluice
stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with
No,
that,
where it's actually like the black gutter pipe with the ribs in it. You know what I'm talking about?
I smoothed the computer.
You know what I'm talking about there? The black ribbed pipe that you use for like French drains and all that type of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Call it poop chutes or whatever. That would work far better.
I don't think you want to send poop.
You don't want to use the poop chute one, but that would work far better and is probably possibly even cheaper than the tarp. Because it's a drop riffle sluice in and of itself.
I was going to say you'd have some serious cons in that thing.
I mean, once again, they also come in a variety of sizes too. There's not just a singular size, but like that's a better piece of equipment than a tarp with rocks in it.
There you go.
Even Artie knows that.
Yeah, right, Artie.
Like, come on, not a tarp with rocks in it.
I know,
Like,
he
there's,
stinks.
There's so many better pieces of equipment.
He smells like
You're still
bullshit.
skittish, I know.
So where are you going here? You just going on top of these rocks and stuff?
There's gold all the way through this. I mean, we hydrate, like everyone.
Yeah.
So right along here, there's a little run of funky quartz, and it kind of runs and believe
Is it
that
you?
gold really
Jeez.
gets caught on the edges of that. Yeah, there's gold all over in it.
Okay.
I can't tell what the material really is that he's running. Is it actually like
Begin as a
decomposed?
huge dome-shaped granite plateau.
So I can't tell if it's like decomposed. He's digging just decomposed bedrock, or if it's actually alluvial stuff. I don't know. I couldn't tell.
Alluvial.
Yeah.
With rich seams of gold deep within. Over thousands of years, ancient oceans and rivers eroded the granite, creating the Black Hills spires and releasing the gold into the rivers and streams.
I didn't know gold flowed
Over
like
time,
booze.
the course of these ancient rivers changed, and the old riverbeds were buried under layers of dirt called overburden, locking in the gold until now.
We got to find those from Memorial Weekend.
Big flat rock. There's some brown sand and gravel. An ancient river was under here, deposited this sand and gravel. So if you can get down underneath there,
So something with like, if they're in a floodplain, like if it's a valley and they're in like the flat floodplain and the creek's like here, river's here, and the rest is flat area, that creek or river at various points has meandered across that entire floodplain and has left gravel. So to say like, yes, yes, the river has been there, but it's been everywhere in that floodplain. It's not just been there. The question more so is has it always, when it's in all the various spots across the floodplain, is it always transporting gold, or were there times in certain sections when it was in certain areas that it was more so transporting gold? But to say, oh, the river was here, so there's gold here is maybe not always true, though.
We found gold on top of a mountain.
We did. The river was there.
Should wash some gold
At one
out of
point.
there. Mike's claim is set in a prime location. This area was once an ancient river that deposited gold all through here.
You time traveled. You
V-shaped
found out.
valleys with high benches like this are great indicators of these old waterways.
5-gallon bucket, boom, gone.
Throw another one on there.
You bet.
Ugh.
What do we have? None of time, right? Right. And who wants
Do you want to pan his
jump in
tailing
the creek
pile?
and classify
Yes.
every scoop into
Yeah, I'd want to pan his tailing pile. 'Cause it's like, one, they're... So it's not even, like, good stream gravel. Like, it is in dirt. So that dirt has to break up before the stuff can even drop out.
Well, that's why he
Which
dropped
is
it down so hard. It was
Making
break
that
up on
process,
impact.
making the sluice even that more or less efficient, because you probably have dirt clods and other things just rolling their way right out.
He's just hoping to find the big stuff. He don't care about
bucket,
flop hoops.
and then spoon it through your sluice. So I'm skipping a bunch of steps.
Okay.
And if you lose a speck or two,
Make up for it in volume.
I think you're losing a little more than a speck or two, and you're not running much volume. Was that a shovelful? Or was that a bucket?
5-gallon bucket.
Right here is what you call primitive ground sluice.
I mean, basically, but like the problem is ground sluicing.
Broke up. Get it gold.
Ground sluicing lost like 60% of the gold. Like, I don't think that's a technique you want to emulate that loses 60% of the gold.
I mean, couldn't he make one out of like? I don't know,
You could make a better one out of, like literally, like say a 2x8, 2x10 is the bottom, and 2x4s, 2x6s. Plywood is the side rails. Get little tiny pieces as riffles, silicone it all up, boom. You have a far better sluice than what that is. Or like I said, even just the gutter pipe stuff.
We should make a sluice.
I've made my own sluices. What are you talking about? I built the 6-inch dredge sluice. Other than the aluminum box, I built the whole riffle trays.
No, I'm in a river one.
Go ahead and build one. When I built my first one and didn't have any idea what I was doing, it was still better than that, but not very great. Way too wide. I think I made it like 16 inches wide for a stream sluice. I didn't know what I was doing back then.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Gold freed out here and wash all the light particles out. Hopefully the gold stays on the tarp.
What's his tag he's wearing?
Hopefully the gold stays on top. I don't know. It could be a GPA. Remember,
It
it could be a
costs about the
GPA.
same as a large
Can't
pizza.
tell.
Mike uses a $16 tarp, but any kind of plastic sheet would work.
we have not had good rains in many, many years.
So this creek is not normally running like this? And
It will run partially during the year and then dry up.
oh, really?
With the water running regularly, obviously, that's the only way I can use the tarp. So it's been kind of a blessing. We've had like record moisture this year, and we needed it. It's like being a kid again, playing the dirt and water.
Like, that's just slow, tedious process right there. Like,
Where did you come up with
a normal sluice would roll all the big material out.
Treasure hunt, and I was in it when we lived
Well, yeah,
in
but you
England.
can't just drop a 5-gallon bucket either.
Play with our Hot Wheels cars.
No,
And
but
the
it's still
coin
more
fell out
efficient.
one day.
Like,
But
I don't see much
classifier would
moving.
also be a good idea too.
Still, there's not much moving there. Like, they're having to move it by hand. Like, I
That's kind
just,
of how you got started and all.
That's the exact moment.
That was pretty
Oh,
fast.
don't step on that gold.
You ready to pull it up?
Yeah.
See how we concentrated 5 buckets into this?
oh my god, that's so much cons,
Yeah.
too.
He said 5 buckets.
You know how long it would take to pan all that out?
I think so.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Fast forward
There you
16
go.
days.
That Dave turned a piece of gold.
Yeah, I
First
got a
pass.
piece of Black Hills gold.
Woo!
Mike, I gotta
Well,
say,
all your dredging friends, that would take them about 6 years to get through.
Heck yeah. Bad, and it took us maybe half an hour. In 1 year, Mike's tarp and rock method could make you $12,000.
So why? Where did that number come from, too? Jesus.
Well, $20 an hour,
Not bad.
8-hour day, so
And a sheet of plastic.
I don't know. There's math involved there.
But he probably lost so much.
Or no, $20 and a half hour, $40 an hour.
There you go. I think Dave
I think $20 is a bit optimistic there too.
So back to basics, and I think every person kind of needs to remember: don't make it any harder than it has to be.
So yes, I agree. You can go back to basics, but there are far better ways than using a tarp.
Like if you were to build like the stream into a sluice and then like pinch the tarp above it so it had riffles but there were no rocks in there, would that be better?
I mean, you could probably make quasi. If you put in enough time, you could make a quasi drop riffle sluice out of the tarp if it was conforming to like the bottom or something. But like, you'd have to rebuild it almost every time you probably pull the tarp up and out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just to spend a little bit of money to save yourself a lot of hassle and a lot of loss.
At that point, you could do it out of like plywood and 2x4s and just have the tarp over top of it.
I mean, the thing is if you're current rate of lumber and stuff, you're just better off buying a sluice. Most of the time.
No, go driving around.
I'm not saying even buy new, buy used, because you can find people selling used sluices. Old used sluices for pretty cheap.
Oh.
And like I said, also a go-to is that ribbed black pipe stuff. Like that works great for this type of stuff, because it is a drop riffle sluice in and of itself. But, made for effort.
On the new gold in the Black Hills. And it's easier than I thought. I learned some new things. It worked. We found gold. And the more you get through your sluice box or your tarp or your pan, the more gold you get in the end. Next, I show you
So if you move a bunch of earth, you'll get more dirt. Or get more gold. Okay.
in the waterways of South Dakota.
It's a war on dirt.
You have potential here. I think you could make some money at it. I'm excited to be up here in South Dakota. You know, the Black Hills has such rich history. There's been a lot of gold taken out of the hills.
Gold in them there hills?
How you going there?
Has created a golden opportunity for prospectors. But to get to this new gold,
You ain't getting my money or my life.
Woohoo! Take that,
you gotta
sucker.
get past these guys first.
That's how I was shooting today.
A town built on the Black Hills Gold Rush.
Yeah. I don't know how well you're going to shoot there.
Back then, gold was life or death. 150 years ago, these mean streets were home to prospectors and the likes of Wild Bill Hickok, all hoping to get the $4 million of gold that was found here. But there's plenty left. There's still gold in the creeks. There's still people panning gold out of the streams right here. And in this town, you don't have to go far to get it. Just a mile outside of town is Whitewood Creek, where the Black Hills Gold Rush started, and it's still running with gold.
Nice to meet you, Dave.
Tanner?
Am I assuming you
little
can't
spot here.
dredge out there?
This spot is so close to town.
I don't know what South
locals
Dakota's
just
laws
like
are.
Tanner Hull are known to come here.
Not
and
supposed to be
prospect
digging
with
in the
their
bank. That's illegal in most
Find us some
places.
gold?
Let's see what I got in 2 hours.
But also, once again, they're not.
Yeah.
What are the rules here?
I mean, it's fair game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Newly active streams
What
with
do you mean it's fair
exposed
game?
riverbeds like this
He's
one
like, shh,
are the
it's fair
perfect place
game.
to
So it's fair game. Like, okay, what's the land status of that property?
Oh,
Is
it's
that,
fair
like,
game?
federal?
I'm
Is
gonna bring
that
an excavator
private?
in
Is
there.
that like a park that you're allowed? I mean, there's many things that it could just be perfectly legal, but just to say it's fair game.
It's fair game. Dynamite!
Bring in the 6-inch.
Yeah, I think fair game is
Yeah,
Pretty vague
they
term,
haven't.
yeah.
I will say with this episode so far, they haven't really done much explanation on any of like the you need to have a claim or research or anything. That's just kind of like, what was this? Just the previous guy, he had that badge there. So was that a GPAA claim? Was that something? We don't know.
Yeah. Just a disclaimer at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so there hasn't been much talk of that on this one.
Your hand at prospecting. But make sure to do your research. Trespassing is illegal and in the wrong place, just like Deadwood 150 years ago, could be life-threatening.
Well, that helps a little.
What's
I've
that?
noticed that the best gold is in this like rusty looking material down here.
I see that. It's down at that level.
I found it like through here, about this level. As soon as I start getting into the water, it's not as much gold.
Oh.
Yeah, you would think that if you dug down further, there'd be more gold, but I haven't had that happen.
What gold you're finding is probably was a big wash, moves gold. So he's really finding recent gold that's washed in. I would call it flood gold. Following the end
What would you call it, Matt?
I don't know.
The rivers and creeks
He
here
calls
are
it flood
flowing
gold.
again
He just doesn't want to agree with Dave.
and carrying new gold.
I mean, this area, I don't know. I don't know enough about to say one way or the other.
Just trying to
Yeah,
find
like
the
you
easy
said.
pickings. Trying to find a spot under a big rock.
As it travels down in the current,
The fact that they're using little hand trials tells me that it's probably some sort of state something park that is limited. That like a lot of those laws will say like trowel, not shovel, and like pans only. So that tells me that it's probably some sort of.
Would you be allowed to film there, though?
They would have had to get permission,
Okay.
probably. I don't know, but usually
closed
they have
when
to get
water levels
permission.
drop in summer, making them a great place to target.
And how long have your family lived here in Deadwood?
My family goes back to the gold rush of 1876 days.
No kidding.
My great-great-great-grandmother came here during the gold rush. She knew there was a lot of opportunity here in the Black Hills, so she came here and opened up a diner and sold prospecting tools.
She must have been one tough lady.
Yeah, back in those days, being a
She's
female,
the only one that
coming
got
out here
rich.
on her
Yeah.
own,
Oh my
I
god.
can't imagine.
Screwing over the miners.
Mine and
How'd you get
miners.
started doing this?
Oh well, it was my grandpa. My dad was into it,
Oh, cool.
and they kind of showed me how to do it. My grandpa was telling me about the gold spots that he used to go,
Yeah.
and I've had luck in every single one of those spots. Hey, that's a pretty good pan.
That's not bad for just the very first pan.
That's about $10 of gold in an hour. Do that for a day, and you'd probably make enough money
Where?
for a tank of gas.
It's like
That's
5
not bad.
plates.
$10.
That's a little
He's getting
off.
very
They're
liberal with his
very,
pricing.
yes, very optimistic on their
There's
pricing.
$4,000 in that there pan.
Thanks for showing
Well, I don't
me
know.
the
The prices
Actually, I'd
have
love to
gone
take
up.
you to a spot
They've
my
fallen
grandpa
back down
showed
again
me.
too. They're like
He drew me a treasure map for it.
33, 30 or something.
Yeah, and my grandpa didn't
30?
even
23, 30, sorry.
I was going to say.
Sorry, 23, 30, 33, 30. Really nice.
Like, I haven't checked prices in a while, but I think it's been that long.
Yeah, my grandpa, he was told that Homestake was trying to acquire this land out here, so he figured that there would be pretty good gold here. Let's go
Okay.
check it out.
Following a gold-producing river upstream will get you close to the source, and often
Looks like it's
you-
downstream.
You're walking
This is
downstream.
Whitewood Creek. There's a bridge, so it was X marks the spot.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And that's exactly where Tanner's secret spot is.
That pile looks to me like it was moved, maybe for overburden.
Yeah, maybe.
And then because you can kind of see that looks like the level, but then that's higher.
Yeah.
It wouldn't necessarily be natural. I start to see some open gravels down there. Well, if it was me and I was your granddad, I would pick a spot that I would believe is virgin ground, like right across the creek. Looks to me like a logical spot. What I always like to look for too is a open cut face. You can read the levels. See right there, we got kind of an open face, whether that was man-made or the river made it, but we can still see the levels and the layers that are in there.
Yeah.
So let's go over there.
Yeah, let's go
You
check
good with
it out.
that?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go check it out.
Virgin ground is land that has never been mined, meaning the gold potential could be as good as it gets.
Well, you can see that this really hasn't been classified by man. So this top 3 or 4 feet, I wouldn't expect it to have gold, but at this level where it gets pretty tight and solid, in here, this is a good spot to kind of
Okay.
check out. See
Do you
if we find
agree,
any
Matt?
gold. Yeah, but yeah, let's pull
Pan
a
it
sample
all.
there.
When
You
you're
wanna
on the
test
hunt for
both, you
virgin
just don't
ground, look out for established tree growth, undisturbed vegetation, and tightly packed river gravels, which should hold gold.
Older trees are definitely a good way to figure out if stuff is newer or older. Now, it's untouched vegetation, it grows too fast. If you're just talking like the little stuff, like that comes and goes way too much. But big trees,
And
are
with
a
the
good
big
tell.
trees, seeing the roots too, because
Yeah.
we saw that in Georgia there, where it's like a pile around a tree. It's like, nah, we don't know where the tree starts, but it's not right there.
Yeah. Overall, not horrible advice, but you'd want to pan both because it can do weird things too. Like maybe the bottom layer doesn't have and the upper layer does. To say one is virgin and one isn't in that area, if you're like on the creek that had the gold rush start in that area, but it's all been prospected heavily, so to find virgin stuff would be, I don't know.
I'm just seeing what the river's giving us here. Looking behind these big rocks. That's where the gold kind of
They're
falls.
still just both using
So
little
it'll
trowels,
move
aren't
with
they?
these big
Yeah,
rocks,
well,
get trapped behind
did he-
the big
The
rocks,
kid
in
was
front of the big rocks.
like he had a I don't know,
That's a
like
good
an
sign. You got
e-tool
quartz
kind of size shovel.
with
It
mineralization.
looked like a fixed shovel.
Good lord, that's a good pan. Okay, that's a really good pan. I would like to set up a wash plant here. I mean, it's pretty darn good.
It's a good
There's a
pan.
lot of fine gold.
Is it
and that's
$10?
just half a pan under a rock. So
I don't know.
he's
It's
got
a good
a pretty
pan. I
good
don't think it's
spot.
$10.
Well, he puts his name on the paper
Mine's
bag,
gold?
so it's
I
worth
did.
a lot
How
more.
about you?
Yeah, but just dust.
Mine's fine, but there's actually quite a bit of gold in it, but it's all through there.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's a pretty good pan.
I think if you could set up a river sluice,
Yeah.
shovel in, find some of those big rocks, you have potential here. I would look into maybe possibly trying to claim this area up or talk to the landowner. I think you could make some money at it.
Hey, I'll have to do that then.
You
I
will?
hope you already know if that area was claimed or if you need to
I
talk
was
to a
gonna say,
landowner.
So you should probably see what's going on over here.
I'm definitely going to be coming back, and I'm going to hit that hard.
He
I do
talks
it
to
as
the
a hobby,
landowner,
but I would
gets
love to
shot.
do it, for a living.
Tanner's got a good spot here. That was a decent pan. So with a river sluice in a day, he could probably come up with a couple $100 worth of gold, maybe $300 worth of gold if he works at it. So
Definitely good
yeah,
water to run a
that's the
sluice.
gold's here.
Need good
For
legs
a
and stuff. For it.
$200 investment on a
Yeah, I don't
basic
have
river
good legs
sluice,
or back.
Tanner could be making an easy $20,000 a year just mining here on the weekends. It
I
doesn't get
love
much
his
better than that.
numbers, man.
And also saying it easy. I ain't gonna be easy.
Yeah, there ain't much
Hey, why don't we
easy about
all
that.
work?
Coming up, I show you how a weekend hobby
That's pretty much consumed me. Has it? Yeah.
can help pay the bills.
Are you kidding me? Dang. I didn't expect that much. That's nice.
I'll murder you. Yeah.
Love you.
Stab you with a pencil.
I scratched this truck. This is my little baby. Woo! It's tight. You can see the walls right here. Oh my goodness.
You just look like
Woo! Made it. Oh boy, that feels good.
I'm in South Dakota's backyard.
it's a little tight.
Yeah, oops.
where new rain
That's what I did in England. I hit 2 houses at
and
once.
created a new opportunity for gold hunters.
I mean,
There's
Nothing.
modern day prospectors still finding gold up here.
And I want to show you all the places and ways to get some for yourself. So I'm headed to Lead, where the Northern Hills Prospectors Club are proving anyone can take advantage of this new gold.
You got a tiny one there. It's a good way to start them.
This is John. He's 3 months old.
Wow. Way
it's
to
gonna
go,
be you
Mom.
soon.
Ugh, yep.
This 20-acre claim
Won't be a
is
John
called
now.
Treasure Trove, teeming with ancient waterways and
John Net.
recently replenished streams and rivers. Members can mine anywhere on these claims and take home all the gold they find.
I haven't seen any motorized equipment.
I kind of want to
Makes me
know more
wonders
about his backpack.
South
though.
Dakota's laws.
Dave,
Looks like a good backpack.
got a little stream sluice going, huh?
Yeah.
Where are you pulling the dirt?
Right now we have bedrock opened up right there,
That looks like an old stream bed that came right through there. Kind of just fanned out right here. That whole thing should have some gold in it.
It looks like this spot could be a dried out waterfall, a natural honey trap for gold.
I wouldn't mind just
I
looking
hate
in there.
people in waterfalls.
What?
As
They
water
use
flows over
the vast majority of the
high
time it
floor,
blows everything out. There's nothing
anything
there.
heavy within the
And that was not a
water, like
waterfall
gold or
either. That
ground,
was
just
literally
floats
like
in
a
water. And it gets trapped
picturesque
around rocks and
alluvial
boulders.
wash with an alluvial fan coming off of it. You're
Yeah.
walking up an alluvial fan.
See right under this rock right here? Yep. I would think that as that water's coming down pretty fast, it's got a place to land. And you know how gold is heavy. It wants to settle out under that rock right there. Okay. Let's pull a pan. Sure. Try that. Yeah, see what happens. Let's do it.
Shoot. Oh, bless me.
This little sluice is the upgraded version of Pirate Mike's tarp.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Here, as the dirt and gold is carried in the natural
$130
flow
for
of
that
the
one?
river water,
Well, it's got legs on it
the
too.
heavy
Though.
gold drops and gets caught in the grooves.
A little bit more pitch. Yeah, it could go down just a little bit. Too much water sometimes can wash your gold. Too little water, and the gold will just do like a ski slope and just bounce over the top.
Yeah, you're better
So
off
it's
usually
just
having more water
trial
than you
and
think.
error. Are you local?
I
Around
am.
here?
Yep, I was born here and raised here. Started prospecting with my grandfather when I was really young.
Oh, cool.
You know, now it's pretty much consumed me.
Has it? Yeah.
I saw him on Vikings.
Is it Ragnar Lothbrok?
Right there. And right there.
Well, maybe we should pan her up, huh?
No, you found gold. Keep going with it.
Oh, yeah. Woohoo! They're bigger flakes than I expected, too, huh?
Nice gold.
And I bet there's plenty more where that came from. If Daniel works at this spot, it could put an extra $6,000 a year in his pocket.
You know, if he's putting those prices on that
So
stuff, I
look
kind
around
of
and
want to
read the
sell them.
signs. You never know what you might find.
Black Hills gold. It's pretty awesome, man.
That guy didn't last long.
Up
It's
top
the
of
whole
where Daniel's
club here,
mining
so.
is a hive
Oh.
of activity.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
So yeah, this
And club
them having to
vice
do
president
they're setting up a
Brad
recirculating
Trout is taking me to
thing.
his favorite spot.
Then again, they could be up away from water, but I've seen no motorized equipment really.
This is like that spot in Colorado.
This is a really good area. At
I
one
mean,
time,
any of the
there was
South
water
Dakota stuff's
flowing
been no
through here.
motorized so far.
So as the water's
Mhm.
washing down here, it's depositing gold into these little crevices like this. See right here, gold falls out into some really weird spots. And you get down in there and, you know, break some of this out. There might be some gold. So how many members in your club?
Oh, we've got 150, 200. We don't actually charge for a membership. We just ask that you show up and participate.
Huh?
If you want to go prospecting
So how do you pay
and don't
for
know where
the
to start,
Time?
clubs like these
Yeah,
are a great way to
leases
try
or
the
claim.
basics.
Yeah.
Learn from experienced miners and put some
I
good
mean, unless
money
it's
in
some
your
guy's
pocket.
backyard or something.
Maybe, I don't
Great
know.
way to spend some time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anytime you get out into the wilderness is time well spent. Yeah, I grew up in and around the Black Hills, hiking, fishing.
It's your local.
Yep, I'm Lakota.
The Lakota people originate from the Dakotas, and the Black Hills have been their sacred land for centuries.
It was life. It was the mother. It was the heart of what they considered everything. And it, I mean, no matter what, you had shelter, you had food, you had anything you could need, you could find right here. Once the gold rush hit,
No
there's so
cell
many people that moved in.
phones.
When gold was discovered here in 1874, 10,000 prospectors rushed to stake their claims, with little regard for the
Oh, with
Sioux
inflation,
territory.
that's like 40,000.
The war
today.
over the Black Hills was bloody, and within just
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing with even Georgia, the Dakotas, most places where gold's been
Everywhere.
found. There's been usually stuff has happened with the Native Americans. Has not been a good side of history.
Okay, so not America at all, but you take a look at like the Mayans and the Incas, and you know, because those are the names that I remember from like elementary
It's
school.
like South America, Central and South America.
yeah, but they had a bunch of gold stuff everywhere.
They mine gold, yes.
Yeah.
The Native Americans in the U.S., I know some people will say that they had some gold, but I think there's very little evidence from a lot of the stuff of much of any gold workings or knowledge.
It was probably
from
like
them.
surface gold. Like something
Yes.
was just like they kicked the.
Yes, basically. That's more so what it sounds like.
Okay.
There was a population up in northern Michigan, I think, that had some copper workings because there's literally copper float from right in that area. And
Copper float?
like literally copper nuggets, like massive pieces, copper, like broken out, yeah, like float down the hillside.
Like how much copper would you need to make it worthwhile?
I mean, this is pure copper. Like these are the ones you go in a museum and it'll be like all green on the outside and they'll cut right through it and it's copper.
So if I found one of those, I'd be happy.
So there's limited examples of metalworking in North America, with that being one. I think some said in Georgia. I'm not sure on the specifics of it, but there's very little evidence for any type of metalworking of the Native Americans in North America. You get to Central and South America, yeah, they had metallurgy of at least gold and maybe some copper, but other than that,
So there's still a bunch of gold down there?
Yeah, of course.
What do you mean, of course? What if they found every piece of gold?
They never have. Some of the biggest mines are down that way. There's huge mines down there. It's just the politics of a lot of the stuff makes it not feasible for there to be mines. Like they found deposits, but it hasn't been mined because, when the socialist revolution comes in, takes over the mine and says nobody else can work here anymore, it usually doesn't go well. Nobody wants to invest in anything.
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, I hate that part of the history with the gold and screwing over Native Americans sucks.
Yeah, what do they give them, like a half a cheeseburger, and they're like, let's take all your land?
It was worse than that a lot of times. In
Just
many
3
of the
years,
gold rushes.
The Lakota Sioux had lost their land and were moved onto reservations.
Yeah.
And I mean, even now, mining in the Black Hills is still a big thing with the Lakota people. And
What's your opinion on that? Because you're part Native American, but you're out here doing it with the family and everything.
Yes, I don't see a problem with it as long as it's done respectfully.
I'm the same way. If we continue to do it the right way,
Yes.
Yeah, don't be a
pass
dick.
this on to the next generation, which is here.
Yes.
Clean up after yourself.
Pretty much, yeah.
Clean up the land there. I mean, people leave trash everywhere. Pick up the lead,
Get gold there.
melt it down, drink it.
Oh yeah. What I always
Don't
love
do
about families in this environment, in the creeks, finding gold and doing it for fun, they're really passionate about it. Are you kidding me? That's all through there. Dang. You got a lot of gold in 2 buckets. I didn't expect that much. Oh, you're gonna be impressed. Dang. That's nice.
Nice little bit of
Yeah,
gold.
not bad.
Proof that with some simple
Not bad for
tools
dry
that we don't know
crevicing.
how. What do you think, Nugget? Pretty nice.
She's rich today.
Your weekend hobby could help pay the bills.
It's really a tight-knit community and a family, and it's pretty neat.
Coming up,
It's not reservation land.
I'll show you a drought-proof system
It's a self-circulating system. It'll basically run all day long.
that works whatever the weather.
Look at that. Found some gold.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
I'm a rock guy. I'm kind of in love with this place.
The rock.
I'm in the
Oh yeah,
mighty Black
Matt
Hills
driving
South
through rock
Yeah,
places.
yeah. Prospectors, geologists, and those people in
They
general
shouldn't be
should
allowed
not
to
be allowed to
drive.
drive
Yep.
like next to like big rock outcrops along the road because usually end up going wee. Oops.
I'm like, Matt, just pull over. Let me just.
where severe
let me
drought
just
in the
drive
region
you
has
instead of
ended.
rocks.
And increased rainfall has sparked endless golden opportunities throughout the hills.
Golden
Love the mountains.
opportunities.
Black Hills are one of the most unique places I've ever seen. Pretty crazy.
I
Black
tracked
Hills is a
down
cool
mother
place.
and son duo, Sandy and Mike McLean, who have taken
John
prospecting
McClane.
to the next level.
Oh, we're going to Christmas
How you
movies now.
doing?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Owner of the Big Thunder
The
Mine.
McLeans are not taking any chances and have created a drought-proof system, ensuring that gold will always be found no matter what Mother Nature throws at
So
them.
you're carting your water there?
Morning. Morning.
How's it going?
Mike.
Recirculating.
Nice to meet you. There's a lot of work done here.
Yeah.
Mike and Sandy have developed an innovative system that uses water economically. This is an incredible way of making sure they are sluicing nonstop.
So, how are you guys getting power up here? This is an electric pump recirculating the water?
Yep, we're using an electric generator, solar power generator. It'll basically run about 14 hours.
How do you get the water up here?
But we just take the pump, put it in the creek, and then we pump it up here.
Oh.
So not quite drought proof because there's no water in the creek.
Backyard ingenuity, Mike and Sandy have created a set
I wanted to see that system again.
ideal for areas with limited water. Powered by their solar generator, a pump draws
Why is
water
generator
from the
way
stream
down there,
into the
too?
container. As the water overflows, filling the remaining tubs, an underground pump recirculates the water, filtering it back through the tubs again. This system repeats, and the water is reused.
I'm impressed.
But then he's
So
leaving the
my
pump down
question
there.
is, so
I mean, you can tell it's running short there, though.
I don't know, but the thing is so are they're dumping material into each sluice box, so they'll like use one for a bit and then they'll jump to the next and then jump to the next. Because like once your material falls down into that basin, it's in the bottom of that basin. It's not going into the next sluice. So I'm not sure if just using if they're just using multiple sluice boxes as a. I mean, it's just. I'm interested to see a little more because, like, why not just use pipe to transfer the water from one to the next to the next to the next if it's just being used to drop the sedimentation out versus using much more expensive sluice boxes when one sluice box is probably going to be able to handle the amount that you're putting through it anyways. Why use 3 or 4?
I don't know. Maybe they'll answer that question.
Maybe they will. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, show me where we're going to get the dirt.
All right.
Alrighty.
Scoot dirt, dump dirt.
Mike and Sandy are digging into a bench where an ancient river once passed through, depositing the gold here as it traveled.
I feel like the default answer to everything is ancient river passed through here. Like,
yeah,
there's usually a little more information.
If you find damn
in there
near
than that.
cemented cobble,
It was an ancient river passed through here.
But
not
not
always
every
the
one of them
case.
is going to be gold bearing.
No, not everyone is gold bearing, and it also probably possibly wasn't in. I don't know this area, but I'm just saying. A lot of times, what put it there is the waterway that is in the valley that formed it. It's just now that water is lower because it's eroded down.
It's
not
the
like
Grand
some
Canyon.
magic ancient river. Not to say that there aren't places where there definitely was stuff like that, but that just is always like their default answers. Ancient river was through here. Yeah, you're kind of cutting out a lot of the research and thought to go into that, but
This looks original to me. You got a small pay zone right here. Yeah, but see, we're right on bedrock here.
that's
All
always
kinds
good.
of little nuggets and gold will fall.
It was like us digging in that, I don't think you came down in.
Let's go,
With Charles and Idaho in that sluiceway up in the high and dry hydraulic pit.
Oh, I didn't go down
You
there.
didn't go down
There's
in there.
poison ivy everywhere. I'm not going down to that
was.
shit.
It was covered in poison ivy.
Hell no.
A little bit of gold in there, but it had potential. But
I look at poison ivy and I get it, man. There's no way I was going down there.
It was covered in it. That was a fun.
That was deep too.
It was 10,
Yeah, I was gonna
15
say.
feet. It was 10, 15 feet channel cut into that hydraulic pit.
How'd you
yeah.
guys get back up?
See
Now
if
there's
this
a
pays off.
place to climb back up.
Climb
Okay, so
place.
how are they
There you
using
go, Mom.
this?
However you'd like.
So they're using the middle one right now.
This is a pretty neat system.
Okay, so maybe you,
Circulating the water is a
wherever you
great
want.
way to process dirt.
they each get their
Especially
own.
in areas where water permits prohibit discharging material back into rivers and streams.
Oh.
It's
The moment
part of
of
the
truth,
reason
right?
we recirculate. We're
How's
cleaning
yours
up
look?
2.
Not a whole lot. I think I got all the gold. I've got a pretty good pan here. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That's some gold. Yeah.
He looks like the guy off
With
of
the right location
Workaholics.
and a set of
I know who you're talking about.
lands like this could be raking in 20,000 a year, rain or shine.
Still not sure the
Got a lot
like.
of respect for
Now, if they had
somebody
3 people and you each get a bucket each, and you're each using that
Yeah.
sluice, that makes sense. If not, I don't know. Seems like possibly an expensive addition way
Now,
to
I've been
transfer
told
water.
time and time again
I don't know.
that the Black Hills are unique.
These rock formations are just amazing. Big slabs.
Matt,
of
pay
granite
attention to the road.
everywhere.
And before I go any further, I want to learn how the gold is ending up in places where you can find it.
No, you just wanted to go on a fun side trip.
Covering over 1 million acres, the
Jesus.
Black Hills are filled with immense granite spires.
That's granite?
there.
Mhm.
Awesome. Good job.
Yeah!
Man, I would take
Looks
it
pretty high from where I'm standing.
for
Granite.
A lot of respect for the people that came out here to find gold.
This is beautiful country.
It's just
It's awesome
massive.
looking.
So we're in the core of Black Hills Uplift right now. All this rock ended up as alluvial stream deposits. Those are your sands and gravels that you guys are looking for. It's just a long series of erosion.
Got it. So there's been a lot of gold taken out of the Black Hills. Is there much left?
I think there's a ton of gold left here.
But to strike it big, you have to take a targeted approach.
I would want to learn more
And the
about the
ancient
Black
waterways
Hills
that
because
run-
granite itself is usually not host to gold deposits.
well, the aliens obviously deposited it there.
Uh-huh. But granite itself is usually not host to gold deposits, but it's what it caused around it due to its intrusion and everything is what usually forms the gold deposits. So it's related to, but it's usually not host to, unless then you get there's other stuff. But
You don't want to nerd out
that'd
too
be
much?
interesting. Actually, I mean, that was some of the. One of the recent articles I wrote for ICMJ was kind of delving into that a little bit. If any of you are interested, ICMJ, International California Mining Journal.
He
It's a
would
great-
love
great
to
one.
double his readers to 4.
Dude, it's a big magazine. It's been around for over 100 years.
Okay, if you actually read that, then go ahead and leave a comment
You know,
in the comment section.
this magazine right here. Yeah, Mining Journal. Which one was this? This one I don't think was the one that talked about that type of stuff. But yeah,
Is it the
No,
one
this
that's
is
over
just
there, or
basic.
over there, or over there? Could you leave stuff
This was just
everywhere?
the basic.
Oh,
basic one.
no, go back to that picture.
That's me,
Look at
yeah.
that. You're so cute.
Shut up. Wait, where's my mouse?
These hills and release the gold is key. So, I
X out
found a
of
guy
that,
outside
see?
of Rockerville in the foothills of these gigantic spires.
Rockerville.
Gold
Interesting.
should be more
Is it named after rocker boxes?
All right.
Probably.
Hoser Dave.
Rattlesnake Randy.
How you doing? It's a pleasure to meet you.
I
You
think
call?
Rattlesnake Randy.
This
So
is
Tom, their buddy Tom, who prospects with us, I think his first prospecting thing was in the Black Hills, and I think it was with Rattlesnake Randy. I think Rattlesnake Randy does like tours or something, but that is clicking in my mind that was something that Tom mentioned was Rattlesnake Randy.
And everybody's got a
Gold
dog.
Bandit.
The Gold Bandit.
Yeah, hide your gold or he'll steal it.
Yeah.
He's a little monster.
Rattlesnake Randy is
Yeah,
bought at
Chihuahuas
200
usually are.
Claims, where he believes there's an undiscovered mother lode hiding in these hills.
I got the Rattlesnake Gulch mine. I got the Rattlesnake Venom mine, Rattlesnake Pit, and then I have one for my lady rattlesnake called the Danielle's a lot. Her name's Danielle,
Okay.
so she yells a lot at me. I
like
deserve it though.
Oh, I like it. So you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. This whole Rockerville area was a very rich area. I mean, the gold rush started in 1876. By 1880, they pulled out over $3 to $4 million worth of gold.
Wow, 4 years?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Where did you come up
That
with
wouldn't be bad. $1 million a year.
I was playing by the creek out in California one time. This one snuck up behind me and bit me in the back of the leg.
You really got bit
So
by
I turned around, bit him back. 10 minutes later, the snake was dead. Man. Been getting some nice chunky stuff here. Nothing crazy, but I can say half gram to gram nuggets.
Oh, look at there. Very nice.
Nice pieces.
That for
in there.
$100, Matt?
Randy's finding good-sized nuggets here, but there's potential for a mother lode. And to find that, we've got to go up higher, where the source is most likely to be.
Walking up
Get
hills.
ready to do some mining on my claims. Check things
It's
out.
out west.
Check
They
it
got
out.
some serious
Careful going
hills.
through the
Yeah, do they, Dick? Do they? How's that elevation?
Make sure you hydrate.
Oh my God. We got a nuggy.
Do you know what this piece of equipment is?
The Black Hills of
Portals.
South Dakota are the #1 place gold hunters have struck it rich. But here, at the Big Thunder
there's
Gold
lights.
Mine, it's all about #2.
That's where the miners had to go poop.
One of the guys' job was to go through all the stuff that was in there because they would swallow the gold. So they had to poop it out before they left.
So the rookie guy on the crew gets to sort through all that.
Oh, God, that would
That's
suck.
terrible.
I mean, I feel like that's a good job for a sluice.
Somebody get me the 1870 newspaper, please.
Then she picked my nose for me.
Fascinating here. To me, this is just a huge playground to just try to figure this stuff out.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
I'm
it's
in
a
the
puzzle.
Black Hills of South Dakota with gold prospector Rattlesnake Randy.
Complicated, multi-million-year-old
All
puzzle.
these are conglomerate. They're huge. They're massive.
Randy's chasing ancient water.
Still convinced it's all guessing. You just gotta make stuff up.
In search of a
Conglomerate there.
new Black Hills mother lode. One big clue to look for is conglomerate rocks.
How much gold's in
Minerals
that?
have been compressed together through erosion over
Should be, huh?
millions of years.
So conglomerate rock is usually formed from ancient waterways
Yeah.
because it's river deposited.
Because it's sedimentary. I
Yes.
know this.
Good
I taught
job.
5th grade.
Good job. And it is decent to look if you're in a gold bearing area and you're finding conglomerate. It is good to look into for gold because I know in Australia they do find nuggets in conglomerate, and also some of the spots on the James where we're in like the really red rock. I think the gold in those areas was coming out of the conglomerate that was also
Okay.
right there too. So yeah, conglomerate. It depends on the area you're in. Like conglomerate in this area of western Pennsylvania and places like that, yeah, it might have
But if it's a-
micro amounts.
If it's a historically gold-bearing area.
or somewhere around there, yeah. And the other geology around the conglomerate is right.
Okay.
Then yes, it is definitely worth looking.
Well, yeah,
at.
because then it would break off the other
exactly,
geography there.
exactly. And that, yeah,
Conglomerate.
yes, conglomerations.
Wait, is that
Definitely
the actual?
conglomerate. Old riverbed that was ancient.
Freaking ancient riverbeds, though. They
So
love
they
to
Yep.
say that.
They've been carried down a mountain.
Ancient,
And as they roll
3,000
and
years
they release
old.
gold. But then it was compressed back into a really tight conglomerate. So all these rocks end up being in a solid formation. And then over time again, water erodes them and breaks them up. Then that gold can be reconcentrated in the streams. But somebody dug a hole here just testing, just trying to figure out where the gold is.
Following where the old miners have dug is a great way to start your search.
Yep.
And that's exactly what Randy is doing.
You want to find gold? Go where gold's been found.
I'd like you to take a look at
Makes
what you think
partial
about
sense.
These layers down in the
You
ground.
want to find big gold? Go where big
There's a
gold's
little
been
hole here
found.
that they dug.
Oh my goodness. Holy cow. Wow. I've
Look,
never
Nick, they
seen
found your
that.
toilet in
Yep.
the
That
woods.
is wild.
Interesting, huh?
Where that tan layer
A little
is,
small
that
for a
looks
weekend.
Like it could be an ancient riverbed. Is that where you've been finding a little bit of gold? That tan
That's what
and
I've
Right.
been digging. is
Oh,
that
he said
down
ancient
below.
riverbed.
If
drink.
this is all conglomerate in the first place, it was all deposited by water. Whether it be ancient river, ancient stream, ancient
Ocean,
something, but this they just like
ancient bidet.
Miners
You like that
worked
keyword.
this hole by hand. And to dig something this big, they must have been onto something.
or
Sometimes they
on
dug
something.
big holes.
Strung up this little cable across here, and I run a bucket, and we're just pulling stuff out there, doing some testing. A little primitive, but it works.
Costing him around $100, a zipline system like Randy's can feed and empty pay dirt single-handedly.
Where's $100 come? Like, what kind of ropes he
Some
buying?
rocks that have a little bit of wash
Block
on
and
it.
tackle stuff,
So it could
possibly.
have been, a river or something reconcentrated this. I think the reason they came here is because they're looking for the source of the gold that's in the creek.
Exactly.
When gold in quartz makes its way to the surface,
Oh, they're looking for gold.
Randy erodes it and pushes it down the mountain. If Randy's claim is close to the source, then the gold potential could be huge.
What if you find a bunch of gold in here? Then what's the next plan?
Just keep digging. I'm just enjoying life.
This is going to be a
I've had 5 back surgeries. I've had an aortofemoral bypass surgery. They told me I should have been dead.
Okay,
already.
Willie.
Yeah.
So it just
Just
gave me a wake
eat
up
the
call.
cayenne
Yeah, he
pepper,
must
you're
not
good.
have enough cayenne
Running
pepper.
around, I can hike around 5 to 10 miles.
good for you. You're an inspiration.
Well, thank you.
That's the word.
All right, Randy, that's it. Let me see how your zip line bucket hauler works, okay?
Sounds good. Coming to you.
Got it. Hey, that works pretty good, Randy. We got our sample.
To test the sample, Randy's using a simple high banker that will separate the gold from the worthless dirt.
So this is one of those things, too, like they have 1 5-gallon bucket. It's faster to just pan it than to go through the process of setting up a whole system like this, running it through it, cleaning it out, packing it away. Just pan it. You'd be done before you get it set up.
So it sounds like this is his claim, which means wouldn't he be leaving some equipment out there?
I don't care if the equipment's out there or not. Just
But it
the
would
whole-
already be set up. So
It's not, though. They're setting it up right now.
Yeah, maybe he had a back surgery and he just got back out there.
It's slower to like just run that amount versus just pan it, because having to set it up, clean it up, tear it down, blah blah blah.
And faster and slower. He just said he had 5 back surgeries. I'd rather just pour a little bit of water and something to let the machine do the work than pan it
Put
out
all the work to
myself.
set it up.
I'd much rather set that up.
That's a slick dude.
Ooh, slow mo. Yeah, getting there nice and deep, like.
Look in there. Look in there.
Oh my God!
Oh my God. There we go.
Again.
That's what we're looking for.
We got a nuggie. That's a nice one.
That's where it's at.
Worthwhile to dig in there
Get
more.
a weight on that baby, huh? I say 0.4. What do you say?
0.5. 0.6.
0.6.
That's a good one, buddy.
It's a half gram?
A little over half a gram.
That's nice.
If Randy keeps finding
He
nuggets
just
like this,
prices right
he
into
could be earning $500
.4.
a day.
He's like 0.5.
Following the
0.41.
source and pinpointing the ancient streams on his claim could put him onto an even bigger payday and maybe uncover that mother lode.
I thought we ran a good, solid test with the high banker, but doing this by hand in the heat of the day, pretty tough.
Yeah.
But he's finding the nuggets. That's pretty damn good.
They found
Very
a nugget.
It's a real rich area.
They didn't show what else
Just
was
gotta
in
work
the
for it.
sluice.
It's been
or
an
anything.
experience.
Well,
All overburdened.
And now I can safely say I met Rattlesnake Randy.
I met Dozer Dave.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Have a great day. Thanks for coming.
Dozer
Come
Dave.
back. I got more claims to check out.
My journey in South Dakota shows you that there is still gold to be found in them thar hills.
The tarp worked.
All over the Black Hills, prospectors are using innovative ways to capitalize on this new opportunity for gold. With some simple equipment and a lot of passion,
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
you can too.
All the gold in ancient riverbeds.
Since I last saw them,
I found quite a few really rich deposits here in the Black Hills.
Daniel's River Sluice has got him $230 in gold.
First off, I have some pickers.
Those are
We
pickers?
pulled out this
Yeah.
summer. Here's a
This is
little
tarp
bit
guy?
of the
I
flower.
don't know.
I can't remember.
Tanner's secret spot is still full of treasure.
This summer I found 4 grams of gold, and I went right where Dave told me to dig. One of the pieces was the largest I found all summer long.
That's $240. And Rattlesnake Randy's search
Dismiss.
for the mother lode has brought in nearly $1,000 in nuggets.
That's what I'm talking
Dang.
about. Living the dream.
Nice, yeah.
Now, I'm off to another backyard near you.
Cool.
Keel.
I kind of thought it was one of the weaker episodes so far.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they didn't have as many people. I feel like it was shorter, too. 41 minutes?
I mean, it's an hour-long TV show, and they have commercials in there. So
Yeah.
it's pretty standard. It's I think it's like 22 minutes per half hour, so maybe a little shallow, but...
Yeah, I still feel like it was a weaker episode. There wasn't... I mean, it had some interesting methods of stuff. And I have a feeling a lot of it's due to either state regulations or things like that.
I was going to say, probably could have dug a little bit into that because no, he said something about it, didn't he? He said you can't discharge back into the creek.
In some places, yeah. Yeah, there's stuff like that a lot of times. That's why sometimes you set up the recirculating stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
So, but it's not saying you can't have motorized stuff down there because they had pumps running too.
Recirculating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely weaker on gold than I think the other episodes too. I think most of the other episodes have more gold. Yeah. Yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Their estimates are still rather hilarious with what they estimate some of the pans and values to be worth.
Well, and it's hard to tell too.
Like it is. We don't know the weight.
If they threw the weight out there, yeah.
Yeah, we don't know the weight. Other than the half-gram nugget. They said half-gram, $35. Well, that's probably close.
I bet you if we weighed that one today, I bet you it weighs less.
Probably because it wouldn't be wet.
Yeah.
They always lose a little bit. But given that it's a nugget, 35 for a half-gram, still a little... I guess that's about right.
70 and
that's pretty close.
Is that what it's at now?
30.
I call it 32. 22, 40?
30. I don't know why I keep saying it's not at
Well,
3,000.
you want gold to be 3,000.
23.14 right now.
Okay, yeah, so it's actually a little
74.41.
Yeah.
A gram. So, I mean, yeah. Obviously, this was filmed last year, so gold was lower at that point, too.
He could almost buy 1 pound of freeze-dried chicken.
Idiot. Overall, still good show. I thought it was good. What about you?
Yeah, well, like you said, I mean, it's going to start running out of steam or getting repetitive, but it's not.
Yeah, because there's only so many mining methods to go over, really. Now, you can get interesting variations. You can delve into the equipment, but that would lose a bunch of the audience who's not necessarily interested in weird equipment.
Well, in this one, because you couldn't discharge into the river,
did have some of the recirculating systems, which are cool to see.
But then it was the same thing over and over. I mean, like a little bit different methods there. But
yeah, pans and sluices. Basically.
But then how?
I wish they would have They did show some of the crevicing. I wish they would have shown some of the shop vac stuff more, because they were doing the shop vac there to clean those crevices out. That would have been cool to see more of that. Yeah, I mean, there's some other stuff there.
I'm not going to lie. I totally didn't see the shop vac part.
Yeah, they were using one there. It was a little...
It was
a battery. It was a battery-powered one.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess.
I think it was I
mean, unless you have the solar generator with you or something.
Yeah.
Mine would just spit the gold out because it doesn't work right.
Some people use the little electric battery-powered shop vacs to clean their dredges out. You'd have to get a different hose that isn't ribbed on the inside, because all your gold would get caught in that hose and not make it in. But yeah, there's methods to do that type of stuff.
Well, that would
do
make
quick
clean
outs and stuff. Yeah, I just have
then you just take the hose off and just spray it down.
No, it'd just be lost. They would never come out of that hose again. So you have to get smooth hose. I'd have to look at the whole system. It is an interesting idea, and I've thought about doing it. I just haven't wanted to spend like the $100 for a Cobalt shop vac that takes
Let's
I
just
don't
make one.
The battery powered shop vacs?
Yeah, I mean, you just cut the power cord off, you splice it into a battery.
Okay, you cut the power cord off when it's still plugged in.
I mean, I always do that. Getting electrocuted isn't that big of a deal, Matt.
Depends on what you're getting electrocuted with.
I sit there and poke light switches all the time when they're live.
Yeah, like Calvin the other day. Oh, well, you know, all the wires up here should be dead. You shouldn't have to worry, but I don't know why that has power. Like,
It's like, that's also called your thermostat,
Right,
and
still.
you just said that your AC works up here, so... Yeah. Really comfortable with
Okay.
that.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It will be coming out in a number of weeks after we filmed it because we're going to work through all of the copyright stuff first.
Yep, so when this drops in 2020 or 2035,
2035, then the other ones should closely follow suit, hopefully, at that point. Because we'll get all them knocked out. But yeah.
Will we?
Hopefully. He won't be here for the next one, so he's leaving tomorrow, so no, we won't get the next one.
Talking about we're doing like 6 back-to-back.
I'm about ready for bed right now. It's 11 o'clock.
I am too. It's okay. We'll take shifts falling asleep in the middle of these things.
No, I'm about to have another kid. I'm not doing shifts to sleep if I don't have to.
Poor baby.
But nope, there'll be a bunch of exciting stuff coming up because we got the Memorial Day week trip coming up. What's your estimates? What do you think we're going to get? We're going to do another half ounce in 4 days?
Off what? Just the pro line?
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't think so?
We'll get an ounce.
Okay. He's saying ounce. I'll say half
We
ounce.
bringing Dalkey too?
We should probably just bring it. I mean,
I'm
not hauling much down in the first place, so.
Yeah, so if we do pro line and Dalkey, we'll get an ounce and a half.
I was thinking more of a backup.
No, we're running them both.
We need to be careful with that because we both suck at
Reading
filming.
everything.
We both suck at filming if we're both dredging.
That's a good point.
And for the first day or two, we're going to need to have somebody on shovel duty. Like last year, remember?
Willie.
He was hurt. He'll die. He'll keel over dead and get buried under the tailings.
I mean,
that's why I hope Ryan would be coming. He'd be a great shovel duty.
there you go. Ryan,
Okay.
Ryan Gosling,
Yes,
obviously.
of course.
Yeah.
But okay, we will see you guys in the next one.